My love for work briefs has grown recently, and it's been hard finding one that I like in the past, but nowadays there's just so many options. So today we have a head-to-head battle: Australia versus America, Bellroy versus Aer, the Via Work Bag versus the Pro Brief. And let's talk about what I liked, what I would change, and which one came out on top in each category. I use these as work bags. I mean, it's in the name of one of them. So I'll start with the looks and material. The Bellroy carries 14 liters, but looking at it empty, it's pretty thin, and that was the first benefit. The bag is lightweight and just large enough to fit the office essentials, which I'll show a little bit later in the video. The size of both bags was key for me because that's what gave me trouble in the past. I needed something larger than just a laptop sleeve, but not so large that it started looking like a duffel bag. And I also really liked the look. It's clean, it's minimal, and it fit really well with work clothes and in an office setting. The material on this is recycled polyester, Bellroy's Canva ripstop, as you can tell by the little small grid design. Bellroy is always solid with their materials, and this one's no different. There is small branding done in gray right here and on the strap, but otherwise I like that there's almost no branding, which again just keeps the clean look. I wish other companies took the hint to reduce their branding. Patagonia, sorry. The Aer pack carries 13 liters, so 1 liter less than the Bellroy, yet it appears a little thicker, and there's a reason for that I'll cover later. The material is recycled nylon Cordura Recor, which is Aer's bread and butter. Its size gave the same advantage as the Bellroy, so this category really came down to preference, and for me, I just liked Bellroy's material and look a little better. The Bellroy's material was softer and more flexible, and it gave it a less techie look. I don't hate Cordura, it's just so commonly used on bags that it's kind of basic. So I personally prefer any material that kind of switches it up. But the Aer does have that cleaner laptop bag look, which I know people may like. So for this category, point to Bellroy, just based on preference. Next are the carry options, and both of them have 3. First is the carry handle with some smart design from Bellroy. So the straps actually are different heights so that when I grabbed it, they sat on top of each other, making the handle more comfortable to carry. The Aer also has that, but it's not as pronounced, so the straps still split apart in my hand. This is probably pretty minor, but it is a slight nod to Bellroy. Also, I don't have large hands, but the handle loop on both was big enough to fit my hands. And you'd be surprised by some bags I've used where the handle is too small, like you literally had one job. The second carry option is the detachable shoulder strap, and I like how both anchors are on the back instead of on the 2 zipper corners like on other bags. Having the anchors on the back keeps the straps away from the opening, so it's just easier to access the bag, especially when you're wearing it. And again, these bags kind of take 2 separate directions. The Bellroy goes thin and light. The strap looked almost too narrow to me at first, but it was plenty comfortable after using it because it's padded and because the bag is small enough to not ever get too heavy. Being narrow also gave the advantage of fitting the strap into the front pocket when I didn't use it. The Aer goes big with a thicker strap that slides and more padding, which also made it very comfortable to carry. And it was actually a little nicer to carry compared to the Bellroy because that larger strap just made it stay on my shoulder a little better. So I'd go advantage Aer. And last, both have a luggage pass-through that use this strap design. Pretty standard. Next is organization, and this is where both brands pull out all the stops. And this is probably the factor that will decide the winner for a lot of people. Both have a front zip pocket. The Bellroy's is a little larger and has a piece of plastic on the front to keep the structure on this lip. There's a key ring, pockets for a mouse, pen pockets, and all of it's done in a light tan color to see things more clearly. And most of Bellroy's organization is in this pocket. I leave my laptop charger in here, but obviously it can fit a lot more. The Aer's pocket's a little smaller, and there's only one pocket in here along with the key ring. The main opening for both have aqua-guarded zippers, which protect against water, and also just look really nice to give these plain black bags some contrasting material. But unfortunately, Bellroy stumbles here, because I wish the zipper pulls were nicer. Do they work? Yeah, of course. But on a work bag like this, it's odd to me that Bellroy chose these cheap nylon pulls that are found on more outdoorsy bags. I wish Bellroy went with leather pulls or something else to match that office aesthetic. Aer kills it with their branded plastic zipper pulls that look awesome, so point to Aer for sure. And on the top, we have my favorite feature on the Bellroy. So when this bag is closed, it looks really thin, but the top has this weird expanding zipper construction. When I open the bag, it becomes super wide, and you can flip open the top. But when I close it, the two flaps close and hide that expandable area, and the bag becomes thin again. It's super cool, and it can do it from either side with those dual zippers. And this is the feature that sold me because I've used other slim briefs before, and the issue has always been that they were kind of too thin, so that it was hard to pack. But this brief gave the best of both worlds. Thin when I carried it, but wide enough when I needed to pack. For reference, I fit this lunchbox in here along with the mouse and other random items. The Aer pack has a standard opening that still gives plenty of room to pack. It's just not quite as easy as on the Bellroy, so point to Bellroy for sure. But the Aer makes up ground in this battle with far superior organization. Both bags have this top pocket that fits pens, wallets, and phones, but Aer has pockets on the inside and a document sleeve done up in this nice gray for visibility. On the back, there's a hidden document sleeve and a passport zip pocket. And it even has a small pocket on the side that can fit an umbrella or even a small plastic water bottle. And I think this edition's super cool and useful just because you don't see many bags of this type having a pocket on the outside. So overall, Aer's organization is everything I wanted in a work bag. Again, the Bellroy goes for more minimal, so no other organization pocket on the inside, no document sleeve here, no hidden sleeve on the back, no passport pocket, and no umbrella pocket. Personally, this setup was still okay for me because I don't carry too much to work, but I could see the Bellroy not having enough organization for some. I mean, adding a few pockets or a document sleeve on the inside is the least they could have done, so big advantage to Aer for organization. And last, arguably the greatest strength of these work bags is the laptop sleeve because of the protection they give. Again, I use these for work, so I always had a laptop, specifically work property that I don't want to break because I'd like to keep my job. Both bags are well padded on the front and back and have two types of drop protection. So these bags actually both have a false bottom, which is normally found on a lot of backpacks. Basically, the laptop sleeve is stitched a little higher off the bottom of the bag, so when you put it down, the laptop doesn't hit the floor. And secondly, you can't really tell in the video, but the entire bottom between these two stitch lines have thick padding for extra drop protection. Both are advertised as fitting a 16-inch laptop, and here's a 14-inch for reference with plenty of room. And in reality, they did fit that, but the Bellroy sleeve actually has about 1.5 inches more of space, which is a huge difference. And I'd say the Bellroy is actually the more size-accurate one. The Aer can fit most 16-inch laptops, but my suspicion is it can't fit all of them. But it does have a fleece-lined pocket to protect from scratches. Overall, I didn't think about my laptop at all when I used either bag, which is the best compliment I can give. Peace of mind with my electronics. And this category is a tie because both of them were great. And a side note for Bellroy, in my experience, they haven't always sized things according to their advertising. So this actually isn't my first brief I've used from Bellroy. Back in 2019, I bought one that supposedly fit a 13-inch laptop, but when the bag came, the laptop sleeve was just way too small, like not even close. So I contacted Bellroy and actually proved the issue using dimensions. Bellroy was kind enough to resolve the issue, but that left me skeptical for years, until now, so I'm glad to know that Bellroy fixed the laptop sizing, at least on this bag. Okay, so final thoughts. Both work bags are at the top of their game, and checked all the boxes of what I am looking for in a work bag. Both have a similar design and function with great laptop protection, but after looking closer, there are a few key differences. The Bellroy Via Work Bag is thinner, lighter, and looks nicer, in my opinion, but it was a cheap zipper tab away from being flawless. And the real star is that hidden, wide-opening design. The Aer Pro Brief goes for a more techie look and material that I didn't like quite as much, but it has a slightly better strap and far superior organization. In the end, I personally stuck with the Bellroy just based on looks alone, only because I was okay sacrificing organization since I don't carry much to work. But I know that's not the case for everybody, and I already see the comments saying the Aer is better, which I wouldn't disagree. Maybe I'll just take the Aer's shoulder strap and zipper pulls and swap them onto the Bellroy just to make one super bag. Just kidding. Comment below on which one you think is better, or if you just want a response. And subscribe for more everyday gear reviews. Thanks!